Tips for a successful refinance. In this video, we'll share tips on what to do before, during, and after the refinance process to achieve your home ownership goals. Specifically, we'll cover what to do before applying for a mortgage refinance, during the loan application and mortgage approval process, how to prepare for your appraisal and mortgage closing, and what to do after closing. Before applying for a refinance, it's important to talk to a lender about loan options, terms, the mortgage process, and determine what option works best for you and your budget. Don't make any large account transfers or purchases. This will trigger additional questions by the lender about the transactions and may cause your loan to be denied. Keep your credit card balances low for at least 2 months before your refinance. A high balance can trigger a higher interest rate or cause your loan to be denied. Budget for your closing costs. Refinancing a mortgage will typically have closing costs of 2 to 3% of the loan amount. You should budget for these costs in advance of applying for a refinance. And finally, get organized. Locate the documents you'll need for your application, like pay stubs, W-2s, tax returns, and bank statements in advance to speed up the application process. When filling out the loan application, it's important to set aside time and fill out the application completely. This will help your lender get an accurate picture of your finances and make the approval process easier. Understand your home equity. A lender will typically allow you to refinance 80 to 90% of your property's value. Review your last mortgage statement to understand how much of your mortgage you've paid off and your current principal balance. It's also important to get in the right mindset early. A refinance has fewer steps and is typically faster than a purchase, but you can still speed up the process by quickly responding to requests from your lender. The next step is the mortgage approval process. Mortgage approval is iterative and requires you working with your lender to complete approval as fast as possible. During this process, it's important to communicate with your lender. You can reduce the time it takes to close your loan by weeks by quickly responding to your lender's requests and asking questions early when you're unsure of a request. Finally, review your loan estimate. You will receive a loan estimate with loan details within 3 business days of completing an application. Make sure to review the loan estimate and ask any questions upfront before proceeding with the loan. One of the first things a lender will do after you've completed the application and reviewed the loan estimate is to order an appraisal. The goal of an appraisal is to determine the current market value of your property. Some steps that can help increase the appraised value of your home include making upgrades easy to find. Be present for your appraisal and give your appraiser a list of all permanent upgrades you've made to your property. If applicable, include receipts from contractors, as well as estimates and permits. Don't be afraid to walk through your home with your appraiser and point out all the additions you've made. This will help increase the overall value of your property. Spruce up your curb appeal. Your home's curb appeal can influence its overall value. Clean up trash, mow your lawn, and do some gardening if you have time. Make your home feel as comfortable as possible. Do some light cleaning, keep pets out of the way, light scented candles, and set your thermostat to a reasonable temperature. Once your lender completes underwriting your loan and reviewing your appraisal, they'll send you a document called the closing disclosure. The closing disclosure includes the final terms of your loan, including your loan details and closing costs. Review the closing disclosure as soon as you get it and ask your lender any outstanding questions. You'll sign the closing disclosure at closing, so being familiar with the terms ahead of time will make closing day go smoothly. If you do have to wire funds for closing, verify wire instructions with the settlement agent a day or 2 before closing. If you're wiring a large amount, it's best to do so in person through your bank, as there may be lower limits for online wire transfers. And if you're attending closing in person, bring a checkbook, just in case there are rounding errors or small adjustments that are made at the closing table. This will prevent delays in closing. There are also steps you can take after closing to help your homeownership experience. If you're refinancing with a new lender and were enrolled in auto pay with your old lender, remember to enroll with your new lender to avoid missed payments. If you are escrowing property taxes and homeowners insurance and choose to instead pay these outside of escrow with the refinance, remember to verify when your property taxes and insurance payments are due to avoid missed payments. And finally, don't be afraid to ask for help. If you experience a financial hardship and find it difficult to make your monthly payments, reach out to your lender and servicer as soon as possible to see how they can help you get back on track.